So when I try to do a full smile, this is all I get. This doesn't move. So what the heck happened to my face? At the beginning of the month, I was diagnosed with the shingles. It's a rash typically on one side of the body caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. It's believed it could be caused by stress or a strong recent illness or a huge shakeup in your immune system. The rashes were on the left side of my neck, a little bit close to my chest on the upper part, and also really close to my ear. Now, while I was on the antiviral treatment, I woke up one day and the whole left side of my face couldn't move. I could feel everything, but I could barely blink, move my eyebrow. Actually, I don't have movement at all. And the lack of movement on my mouth is preventing me to smile. This is caused by swollen nerves near the ear because your nerves to your eyebrow, below your eye, and your mouth start from here. And when the facial paralysis comes from the shingles, it's called Ramsey Hunt Syndrome. At the time recording this video, it's been exactly 3 weeks since it first started with no sign of any immediate improvement. So this might be a long while before anything. I've had to adjust the way I eat, the way I speak. In fact, it sounds like an air pocket is always over here because there is. And I have to limit how long I spend staring at a screen. Eyesight on my left side is also impaired, going back and forth between drying out and becoming too watery. Lately, I've had to take my glasses off to read something close. Thankfully, I regained a little bit of movement on my eyelid so I can close this eye, but you can tell that I can't close this eye first. It's definitely weaker than this eye, but it's way better than not being able to close it at all. With that said, I wanted to use this DJ gear tutorial video to also spread awareness about the shingles and Ramsey Hunt syndrome. This was actually the condition that Justin Bieber also experienced a few years ago. Thankfully for him, he recovered in a month, but for some folks, it can take up to a year or more. At the time I was diagnosed, the only thing I knew about the shingles was the rash. I've never heard of Ramsey Hunt or knew what it did. So I created a fundraiser for the National Organization for Rare Disorders to help spread awareness and support research for Ramsey Hunt syndrome, as well as the shingles. So this video, along with some content in the future, will have a donate button below. Any help, even a few dollars, may be a step closer to bringing a smile back to someone who lost it. And also, my awesome content sponsor, Direct Music Service, will be making a contribution as well. So what's this video about? Today, I'm going to teach you what to do if one of your decks during a gig or a performance, whether it's a CDJ or turntable, become, for a lack of a better word, paralyzed. Say you broke a needle, lost or frayed an RCA cable, or forgot your slip mat. Or even worse, a drink spills on the turntable or CDJ and it's deemed unusable. But you still have one deck and a working mixer. Can you still perform? Absolutely. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the function called instant doubles to be able to mix music with only one deck. This will work whether you're using DVS or HID with the one working deck. So whether it's a timecode signal from a turntable or a USB connection from a CDJ, as long as your mixer and DJ software are working. And it's not just for emergencies. Some DJs like to use it with two decks simply to allow every new loading song on their dominant scratching side, while other DJs like to pack a small setup with one turntable and a mixer as their main rig. Generally, this is a solution that works for DJs who use DJ software with a laptop. Here's how it works. So let's emulate what to do if we have a DJ deck on the left side that doesn't work. Let me take off the needle, turn it off. It is off. And you can see Grogu right on my slip mat. Left side not working. What you do inside your DJ software, I'm using Serato, is to set the deck from relative to INT, which is internal control. That means that deck is no longer controlled by timecode. If you're using a CDJ in HID mode, this should already be an internal. Once you have a track playing on the right side and you're ready to bring in a new track, you can move the currently playing track from deck 2 into deck 1 simply by triggering the instant double function. And over here, it is the load button on deck 1. You double click, and now it's playing on the other deck. Make sure you keep your gain level and your volume level the same, and then just move the crossfader over. Now you're playing that same song on deck 1. Once it's playing on deck 1, you can now load in a track on deck 2. So we're playing deck 1. We're gonna load in a new track. And now I have a new track on deck 2. I'm gonna beat match just roughly, real quick. Now I'm gonna mix in the song. Now I have a new track playing. And now I'm gonna move it into deck 1. So double click the load button for instant double, move the crossfader. Now I'm ready to load a new song on deck 2 again. Let's do one more. Gonna beat match this. Okay. Now I'm playing that track. Instant double to deck 1, move the crossfader. Now I'm ready to load again on deck 2. So it takes a little practice getting used to, especially remembering to keep your channel fader up. And in addition, make sure to remember your EQ settings are back to neutral and your color effects and your beat effects toggles are back to off. But it's a pretty simple technique that you can use in an emergency, or you can use as a way to keep your scratching hand always where the new track is loaded. So can you do some tricks with it? Well, you might not be able to completely beat juggle, but you could do some of the beat juggling techniques with it. So watch this. Now that I'm thinking about it, should I record an entire mix set playing from only one deck using instant doubles? Comment below if you want to see that.